Imagine stepping into the spotlight, starring in your own professional video ads, maybe creating compelling content for your brand or, simply sharing a story with the world. And doing all of that without ever having to spend hours and hours in front of a camera. This isn't science fiction anymore. It's actually happening right now.
Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're plunging into a true game changer. How artificial intelligence is making personal video production, well, unbelievably accessible. We're talking about groundbreaking tools like Google VEO3, this fascinating concept of your very own digital twin, and how these things unlock a completely new world of creative possibility for you. We'll guide you through preparing your digital self, crafting those perfect prompts to bring your vision to life, breathing dynamic motion into still images, and finally, showing you how to tell a full, compelling narrative story with your AI counterpart.
Okay, let's unpack this a bit. We are genuinely living through a breakthrough era where AI isn't some distant theoretical thing. It's becoming a really powerful creative tool. It's truly right at our fingertips. The ability to create incredibly realistic videos of yourself talking, presenting, sharing a story. It's gone from being a futuristic dream to, well, a practical reality. It's a pretty fundamental shift, I think.
And what's truly fascinating here is the democratizing effect this technology has on video production. I mean, think about it. The traditional barriers, the sky-high costs of equipment, needing specialized technical skills, those endless hours of filming and editing, they're all starting to just dissolve. Instead of needing a huge budget or a full production crew, your most valuable assets now are really your creativity and, yeah, a few really high-quality images of yourself. It's a remarkable change. It essentially empowers any individual to become their own mini studio. It's kind of wild.
That's precisely what this deep dive is all about. We're going to explore the exact process of harnessing Google VEO3 alongside other powerful AI tools to create professional quality videos where you are the central character. Our focus isn't just on the how, the steps, but also on the deeper why behind each crucial stage. We want to help you not just follow instructions, but to genuinely understand and master this revolutionary technology. It's a powerful moment, honestly, allowing a single individual to compete with entire production studios, blurring those lines between amateur and professional output in a way we've just never seen before.
Okay, so to begin creating this magic, the first and probably most crucial step is actually gaining access to Google VEO3's latest feature, its image-to-video conversion. This is the really revolutionary update that allows you to upload your own photos and then transform them into talking videos with pretty impressive lip-syncing capabilities. That level of realism just wasn't possible in earlier versions, not like this.
You got it. Now, currently, because this feature is in an early sort of phased rollout and testing phase, there are some specific access requirements. For instance, you'll probably need a US-based email account, one created while you were physically in the United States. 2-sec silence. Google tends to prioritize its domestic market for gathering initial feedback, in a controlled environment before a global expansion. Makes sense. Also, you'll likely need a virtual private network or VPN connected to a US server. This is simply to bypass those regional restrictions. It makes the system believe you're accessing it from within the US, which then unlocks that image upload feature. Without that, you'd probably just run into error messages or not see the option at all.
So these regional restrictions are just a temporary gateway.
Yeah, exactly. They're for controlled testing before what we expect will be a global rollout eventually. Okay, here's where it gets really interesting. And frankly, it's arguably the most critical foundational stage in the entire process, building your digital twin. The quality of your final AI video is almost entirely dependent on the quality and consistency of your source images. We're not just taking photos here. We're essentially building an AI version of yourself that can then be directed and placed into any context you can imagine. A well-trained digital twin allows the AI to replicate you with incredible fidelity, capturing your facial features, your expressions, even those smallest characteristic details. So what are the golden rules for shooting these reference photos?
Right. First, variety is key. The AI learns kind of like a human, but at warp speed. So the more diverse examples of you it sees, the better it understands who you truly are. Second, focus on angles. Shoot straight on, 3/4 views from both left and right, full profile, and then slightly from above and slightly from below. This comprehensive approach helps the AI capture your unique facial structure. It needs to see you from all sides, basically.
Third, and this is absolutely crucial for giving your final video that, soul, you need a full range of expressions. Think happy, sad, surprised, thoughtful, a small smile, a wide laugh. Don't just give it a neutral face. The AI needs to see your emotional range to replicate it. Fourth, Consider lighting. Take photos in various conditions, soft natural light near a window, maybe some harsh outdoor light, warm indoor light. This helps the AI render you realistically in different scenarios, making your twin highly adaptable. Fifth, it's really about quality over quantity. 20 sharp, clear, noise-free images are far, far better than 100 blurry or poorly lit ones. Make sure your face is in focus and takes up a significant portion of the frame. And finally, for that initial training, maybe wear a neutral wardrobe. Simple, solid colors like gray, black, or white. This helps the AI focus on learning your facial features without being distracted by complex patterns. You can always change the clothing later with prompts, but getting the face right first is really vital.
Yeah, totally. And to help with this, one excellent tool is Higgsfield AI. This is ideal if you prioritize speed, simplicity, and crucially, character consistency across multiple image generations. The process involves preparing a deliberate training data set. We kind of recommend a starter pack of about 25 photos that includes like a 360-degree portrait set where you keep the camera still and slowly turn your head, giving maybe 9 distinct angles. Then an expression gauntlet, which is maybe 8 photos of basic emotions like joy, sadness, surprise, a natural smile, things like that. And a wardrobe collection, say 8 medium shots and 2 or 3 different outfits you might typically use. You upload these to Higgsfield. The system analyzes them, gives you a quality score. If it's low, you simply review and replace those poorer images. Pretty straightforward. Once your character is created, you test and refine it with simple prompts, adding more photos up to 70, I think, if needed to improve the accuracy. It's a quick and powerful way to get started.
Then there's Midjourney. This is maybe for those seeking a more photographic or artistic level image quality. This method embraces a bit more trial and error, to achieve that perfect consistency. The key here is mastering how to combine your image reference with really detailed text prompts. You provide an image URL, then describe exactly what you want. A professional headshot of a person in their early 30s wearing a dark gray merino wool turtleneck, maybe adding details about the setting like a modern minimalist office with soft diffused window light. You can even specify cinematic qualities, like telling the AI you want it shot with an 85mm f1.8 lens, which creates that beautiful blurred background, or demand things like hyper-detailed, photorealistic, sharp focus on the eyes. This level of control helps achieve truly photographic quality while keeping your digital twin consistent. The precise parameters for things like character reference, CREF, and weighting, CW, well, we'll put those details in our show notes for anyone who wants to dive really deep into the specific syntax. It gets pretty technical.
And for the ultimate control, especially for like professional users or those building a massive library of content, there's stable diffusion with LoRa. Okay, so a LoRa, that stands for low rank adaptation. It's basically a small plug-in file. Think of it as a highly compressed file containing all the intricate data just about your face. Once you train it, which typically requires maybe 20 to 30 images and a more technical process, gotta admit, you can attach this LoRa file to pretty much any stable diffusion model. This lets you generate images of yourself with near-perfect accuracy and consistency across countless scenarios. You'd use this when you need to create like hundreds of images of the same character in totally different scenes, outfits, and styles. It's the most labor-intensive method to set up initially for sure, but it gives the highest long-term rewards for consistency and creative freedom. Whoa. I mean, imagine creating hundreds of perfectly consistent character images in totally different scenarios. That's kind of mind-bending when you think about it.
So it really does come back to this. Getting those initial source images right is truly the bedrock.
Yes, absolutely. High-quality images are vital for a realistic digital twin. They are the absolute foundation. No shortcuts there.
Moving on, writing a prompt isn't just about giving an order to an AI anymore. It's rapidly evolving into, well, a new art form, a new type of creative direction. Instead of struggling yourself to find the perfect technical terms for your image generation, why not use a language AI to actually direct the image AI? This is where models like ChatGPT or Google Gemini become your personal prompt engineer. It's almost like learning to speak to a creative collaborator in a new, hyper-specific language, and it opens up possibilities you might not have even been able to articulate before.
Yeah, this workflow is incredibly powerful for a few key reasons. First, specialized knowledge. AIs like ChatGPT are trained on these massive data sets that include comprehensive terminology from photography, cinematography, lighting, you name it. They know what an anamorphic lens does or what Rembrandt lighting looks like, way beyond what most of us have just memorized, right? Second, it helps in overcoming creative blocks. Sometimes you have a vision but just don't know how to describe it technically. You can simply describe it naturally, and the AI will translate it into a detailed technical brief for the image generator. And third, linguistic optimization. The AI can generate prompts with a richer vocabulary, maybe more complex grammatical structures than we might typically think of, allowing you to really extract the maximum potential from the image model.
The workflow itself approaches this process like a conversation with a creative expert, which is pretty cool. First, you prime the AI by establishing its role. You might say something like, you will act as a professional prompt engineer, an expert in creating detailed text prompts for generative image AIs. Your task is to transform my simple ideas into complex, visually rich, and technically optimized prompts. Always prioritize a cinematic style, dramatic lighting, and photorealism. Are you ready? Then you draft your idea naturally, describing the scene you want in plain language, just as if you were talking to a human director. For example, I want an image of myself, using the character I've created. I'm standing in a high-tech workshop at night. Around me are electronic devices and ethereal holographic displays. The main light comes from blue and purple neon strips on the walls. I'm holding a gently glowing microchip and looking at it with a focused, passionate expression. I want it to look cool and futuristic. Pretty straightforward. Finally, you request the AI to generate a prompt and variations. You'd say something like, based on that idea, generate a detailed prompt for Midjourney V6 using a character reference. Add details about the camera lens, the quality of light, and the character's emotion. Then give me 2 more variations of this prompt, one that focuses on a wider angle to show the whole workshop, and one with a closer, more intimate angle on my face and the chip. The AI can then produce something incredibly detailed like cinematic medium shot of a male creator in his futuristic workshop at night, surrounded by glowing holographic displays, holding a small, softly glowing microprocessor, intense and passionate expression, illuminated by dramatic blue and purple neon, shot on an ARRI Alexa camera with a 50mm anamorphic lens, volumetric lighting, hyperrealistic textures, cyberpunk aesthetic. And then it adds the technical parameters like aspect ratio and style. I still wrestle with prompt drift myself sometimes, getting the AI to consistently do what I envisioned. So having an AI as a prompt engineer feels like a true creative partner.
So it's like having a co-director for your AI.
Precisely. It translates your vision into the AI's specific language with remarkable precision. It's really helpful.
Okay, next up, let's talk about refining things with FreePic Picasso's Flux Context feature. You can really think of this as your digital retouching artist. This tech is based on something called in-painting. So what's in-painting? It basically means you can literally paint over a region of an image and then command the AI to intelligently replace or add something new right into that painted area. It's incredibly precise when you get it right.
The process itself is quite straightforward. You upload your base image, that nearly perfect picture you've already created. Then you upload a context image, which is the object you want to introduce into your scene, say, a separate product shot on a plain white background. Finally, and this is key, you write a directorial prompt. This is where the magic really happens because your prompt needs to be incredibly specific to get good results. For example, if you have a shot of yourself in a cafe and a separate picture of some headphones, you wouldn't just prompt, add headphones. That's too vague. A much better, more effective prompt would be something like, the man at the cafe is now holding the white wireless earbuds case in his right hand. His fingers are wrapped naturally around the case as he presents it towards the camera. Match the lighting of the cafe. See? That level of detail helps make the integration seamless. Now, while Flux Context is strong in its speed and being web-based, it's worth mentioning that tools like Adobe Photoshop's generative fill perform a similar function, maybe offering deeper integration into a professional workflow and potentially more detailed control. But Flux is fast.
So this is where you fine-tune the scene, adding or changing elements.
Yes, exactly. It's intelligent retouching, making precise changes quickly. Mid-roll sponsor read.
Yeah. All right, now we get to the really exciting part. This is when you sit squarely in the director's chair. You're now directing the AI not only on what action takes place, but also on camera movement and the overall soul of the scene.
So this is where the still image truly becomes a living scene.
Exactly. It's where your creative vision translates into motion. An effective video prompt really needs to cover 4 key elements.
Okay, what are they?
First, character action. What does the character actually do? Like, the character raises the perfume bottle. Simple enough. Second, dialogue. What does the character say? Maybe adds and says, experience the new scent. Third, camera movement. What does the camera do during this? The camera slowly pushes in on the character's face. And fourth, environmental animation. What else is moving in the surroundings? Something like, as a gentle breeze rustles the crops in the background. Thinking about all 4 helps you construct a complete living scene, not just a static image that moves slightly.
Gotcha. So the process involves accessing Google Flow and selecting frames to video. You upload your perfect starting still image, the one you painstakingly crafted earlier. Then you construct that director's prompt, often using something like ChatGPT, to help combine all four of those elements we just discussed.
Right. So, for example, for maybe a 5-second tech review video, your prompt might be something like, using this image as a starting point for Google VEO 3, create a 5-second video. The character, a tech reviewer, should lift the silver smartwatch towards the camera, turning his wrist to catch the light. He should say with a confident smile, "This changes everything." The camera will perform a slow dolly zoom, starting as a medium shot and ending as a close-up on the watch and his face. In the background, the neon lights should have a subtle, pulsating glow. See how specific that is?
Yeah, that covers everything. And you mentioned managing resources or credits within VU3.
Oh yeah, important point. You'll probably want to use VEO3 Fast for drafts, for testing movements and ideas, almost like doing pre-visualization. It's cheaper on credits. Then reserve VEO3 Quality for your final high-detail shots, especially those close-ups where quality really matters.
Okay, that makes sense. So a truly compelling video isn't just one clip, right? It's made from many individual shots arranged purposefully to tell a story.
This step sounds like building a film piece by piece.
It is, yeah. It's cinematic storytelling. Planning your shots before you shoot with the AI.
Precisely. And this means shifting your thinking from just a simple shot list, which
Right.
is merely a text list.
Yeah.
Scene 1, wide shot scene 2, medium shot scene 3. Close up to creating a storyboard.
Yeah.
A storyboard is the visual version of that shot list. And you don't need to be an artist. Simple stick figures are perfectly fine, seriously. The goal is just to visualize the composition, the camera angle, the action, and the flow of each scene before you start generating the video clips. This helps ensure your story flows logically before you start spending those valuable VEO credits.
Right. The process then involves creating each of those shots one by one using the image generation tools we talked about, Midjourney, Higgsfield, whatever works best for you, ensuring absolute consistency in lighting, clothing, and setting across the shots. That consistency is key. Then you bring each of those perfectly consistent still images into Google VEO3 to turn them into the short video clips that make up your narrative. It's a bit like stacking Lego blocks of data, building your film piece by piece, shot by shot.
Okay, so you've got your visuals, the clips are generated. Now you'll definitely want to add your custom voice, right? Make it truly you. And that's where a tool like 11 Labs comes in. It helps you truly find your voice again in a digital sense.
So this puts your actual voice, or a custom one, into the digital twin.
Exactly. The process for voice cloning to get the best results is pretty specific. You'll want to find a quiet environment, obviously. Use a good microphone. Even a decent smartphone mic in a quiet room can work okay to start. And then read about 3 to 5 minutes of text with a natural, expressive tone. Don't be monotone. The quality of your input audio directly determines the quality of the cloned voice. Garbage in, garbage out applies here too.
And what's really revolutionary, you mentioned, is the speech-to-speech feature.
Yes. This is super cool. It analyzes an original audio file, maybe the synthesized one from your VEO3 video, to extract the melody of the speech. Its rhythm, the intonation, the pauses, all that natural cadence. It then applies that exact melody to the voice you've chosen, whether it's your own clone voice or maybe another synthesized one you like. The result is a new audio file with your voice, but speaking with the exact timing and cadence of the original video's audio track. It matches the lip sync perfectly.
That is impressive.
Yo.
But it's important we touch on the crucial ethical issues here,
Yeah.
right? Voice cloning technology is powerful, and it carries potential risks. Always, always only clone your own voice or the voice of someone who has given you clear, explicit permission. Using someone else's voice without their consent is unethical and, in many places, potentially illegal. We have to be responsible with this stuff.
Absolutely crucial point. And once you've swapped in the voice using speech-to-speech, when you're dubbing and refining in your editing software, pay attention to ambient sounds. You might need to add small sound effects, the rustle of wind if they're outside, the click of a button they press, just little things to make the scene more lively and believable.
Okay, final step. Assembling your complete scene. Let's talk about Google Flow. You should think of Google Flow as your AI rough cut desk. It's not a full-featured, nonlinear editor like DaVinci Resolve or Premiere Pro. Definitely not. But it's the perfect place to quickly assemble your AI clips and just see if your story actually works, if the flow is right.
So Flow is like a smart editor for your AI-generated clips.
Yeah, you could say that. It's a powerful preliminary assembly tool.
Its strengths really lie in the ability to quickly preview and rearrange clips, and especially that feature to seamlessly extend a shot if you need it a bit longer. It's a powerful pre-production tool, really. Saves you significant time before you move on to more complex post-production. But it does have weaknesses. It definitely lacks advanced post-production tools like color grading, detailed audio mixing, or adding complex motion graphics. So the best workflow is probably do your rough assembly in Flow, check the timing and story, export the high-quality clips, and then finalize everything in a professional nonlinear editor like Resolve or Premiere.
Stepping back, the profound impact of this whole revolution is, well, it's immense. It genuinely breaks down those huge financial barriers. It enables small businesses, independent creators, artists, even just curious individuals to produce ads and content with a quality that, honestly, can rival major brands sometimes. Think about it. You can A/B test creative ideas at breakneck speed, build a global personal brand from the comfort of your home office, all without the traditional overhead. It's a profound shift in how we create and share our messages.
And this is truly just the beginning, isn't it? I mean, imagine a future where you can create interactive AI characters in real time or produce cinema quality short films right on your laptop, or seamlessly integrate these digital actors into virtual production environments. We are really standing at the dawn of a whole new era of creativity, and it's just incredibly exciting to be watching it unfold, let alone participate in it. The technology is just moving so fast.
The tools are here.
Yeah.
The knowledge, hopefully we've equipped you with some today. The next step is entirely yours.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to fail, really. Every experiment is a lesson learned, especially with this stuff. Start small, try one thing, generate one image, make one short clip. See where your imagination combined with the power of AI can take you.
Yeah, and the technology in this field is developing at just a dizzying pace. New features, new capabilities are being released constantly, it feels like. So consider following AI video communities, creators specializing in this area online, just to stay updated on the latest developments. It changes almost weekly.
So the provocative thought to leave you with is this. What will you create first with your digital twin? Thank you for joining us on this deep dive. OUTRO Music.